Hello, I'm Ariana. If you're new here, if you're not, welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to the makeup breakdown, where I break down makeup looks, teach you how to recreate it, because it's so much easier than you think. You are going to stop saying that you don't know how to do eyeshadow or you only use one color, because it is so much easier than you think. This is the inspiration for today. We are going for a classic Kim K brown, smoky-ish eye. Looks complicated. It's stunning. I feel like this looks good on everybody, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So I'm gonna be flip-flopping between the ColourPop Bare Necessities palette and the Too Faced Natural Nudes palette. This is a really perfect neutrals palette, but it is pulling a little bit on the warm side with all of the browns that it has inside. And then the ColourPop Bare Necessities palette is also a really great neutrals palette, but I feel like whenever I use this palette only to create a look, it does look a lot more cool tones than I want it to be. So we're just gonna go with both of them. And I feel like warm tone looks look better on me. So the first thing that we're gonna do is go into the crease. And the way that this picture is edited, the eyeshadow doesn't look mainly brown. It looks a little bit, or it has kind of rose tone to it. It looks a little bit of like pinky brown instead of like warm bronzy brown. But I also don't want the look to be too cool toned. This is also me being very picky and just really trying to recreate this look as best as I can, but you can totally do whatever works for you and work with the palettes and the shades that you have. It is not that deep. So I'm gonna go in with like more of a neutral brown, which isn't too cool toned or too warm, from the ColourPop palette, and on a fluffy blending brush. I'm gonna put this on my crease, and I'm literally just gonna run it through the entire length of the eye. So I'm going back and forth in windshield wiper motions. I'm also trying to make sure that the darkness of this brown doesn't go too far up, because this does look like a soft cut crease look. And there is a lot of contrast between the lid and the crease. So I want to make the crease pretty dark, but if I take it too far up, then we will end up looking like a raccoon. So I'm actually going to go ahead and switch over to a shader brush, which is great for blending, but it is a lot shorter and more flat than a regular blending brush. This is going to make sure that I can pack on this dark brown in the crease without it going too high while I blend it out. So as soon as I get the consistency in the shade of the pigment even on the entire length of the crease, we are going to move on. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just going to dust off this brush and I'm going to flip it to the side, and I'm basically just going to work on blending out the edges. So this is going to make it easier to blend in the following shade, which is going to be the transition shade on the top, to make sure that everything looks nice and seamless. So we have a really nice base going on for the crease. I think I'm going to deepen it up just a little bit. I literally forgot to turn on my microphone, so I'm so sorry about that. We continue. So for the darker brown, I am going to go into the Too Faced palette with the darkest brown that they have here. Again, this is like warmer than the dark browns in the ColourPop palette. All of these shades are going more towards pink as well, so I think this is going to be perfect for this look. Going back in with the same shader brush, I'm just going to put that all over the crease. So we're basically doing the exact same thing that we did with the first shade. This is just going to add a lot of depth and a little bit more darkness to give us that contrast that we need. So I'm going to stop right there and wipe off the brush because I don't want it to be too dark. And to lighten this up, I'm going to go ahead and again flip the brush to the side after I've cleaned it off a little bit and blend out the edges on the top. Because we already added that lighter brown underneath, this is just blending in really well with it. All I'm doing is focusing on blurring the edges of the dark brown, and it's just seamlessly blending into the first shade that we put down already. So I'm literally just going back and forth and focusing on the edges. And I am going to go in with my blending brush and that first shade just to make sure that both of them are blended together really nicely. And I'm using a really light hand and just going over both of them at the same time. So I wiped off the blending brush and I'm just going to go ahead and work on the top edge of that transition shade, which actually turned into the transition shade. And I don't think I'll add another shade on top of this because I think it's doing everything it needs to do. So I am going to go ahead in with a highlighter shade, and I'm going to put that right on the brow bone to highlight the brow bone and separate the brow bone from the crease area. So this is really going to separate the eyebrow from the darkness of the crease. So I'm really happy with the blend that we have going on. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the lid. So this is more of a soft cut crease look, but because I do have a lot of darkness going on the lid, I do want to go in with some concealer or P. Louise base. I'm using the P. Louise base, but you can definitely use concealer. I am going to go in with this cream product just to kind of lighten the lid because, again, there's a lot of dark brown on it. And if I do just go in without the cream base, then it's just going to look like there's just a harsh line under a white eyeshadow. So I'm going to go ahead and carve out the lid. I'm basically just following the shape of my eyelid and then adding the eyeshadow base to the negative space. So this is going to give us a really nice base to apply that lighter shade on so that you can actually see it. And this is what really creates the contrast between the lid and the crease. So it looks like it just tapers off. It's not a half cut crease because the eyeliner meets the end of this cut crease or this lid shape. So I'm going to take this pretty far out, but I'm not going to wing it out. So I basically am just creating the shape of the lid and then filling in that negative space. And I'm also making sure that this top line here is really nice and sharp. So I'm going to go back in with my packer brush or my shader brush because it is flat and fluffy. This is going to allow me to pack on this lighter shade really nice and evenly, but also keep it within the lines because of the shape of the brush. So I'm kind of mixing a couple shades together again just to get it as close to the inspo picture as possible. I mixed a really light white shade with more of a skin toned neutral shade to tone it down a little bit. But I do still want a really good contrast between the crease and the eyelid. But again, just use what you have because it is not that deep. So I'm literally just filling in and setting that cream base that we put on. And I'm gonna take it all the way to the end of where we carved out because the next thing that we're gonna do is just add like really nice smoky liner. So the top where the lid is and the crease is needs to be covered. And then you just fill in that negative space and make sure that the eyeshadow is laid down, not patchy, and is just consistent across the entire lid. So as we applied this eyeshadow, the line that we carved out with got a little bit blurry, which is totally fine because that's what it's looking like in the inspiration picture. But if you do want a really nice sharp line, if you're doing a cut crease, then I would recommend using a brush like this one, which is kind of like a concealer brush, which will give you a lot more control towards this top line. And you can also go in with an angled brush, which will make it easier to get as close to that top line as possible without making it blurry. So now I'm going in with the smallest shader brush that I have. This is like a short, really dense, really tiny, and this is where we're going to go ahead and build out the eyeliner. So I'm going to go in with that dark brown from the Too Faced palette, which is pulling warmer and also just a little bit pink. And this is going to be the base of this smoky eyeliner. And we're basically is blending out in the same concept in the same way that we did the crease. So I'm going to lay this down. And then when I have the shape that I want, I'm going to go ahead and buff out the edges to make it look nice and smoky. I'm also going to take the eyeliner all the way to right here, which is not the corner of my eye, but I'm going to leave this part open and we're going to go in with some black eyeshadow later to make it as skinny as possible because the blended part, I just want it to be here and out. So now I'm just going over the edges and blending this out. If you are doing a smoky eyeliner, make sure the initial shape that you create is skinnier than what you actually want it to be because when you do blend it out, it's going to grow and get a little bit thicker. So I'm pretty happy with the way that that's smoked out. I'm going to go in with like a brown, which is a little bit lighter, and I'm going to mix it in with that first shade that we used in the crease. And I'm going to put that right on top of where we just blended out just to make this a little bit warmer and a little bit more of a lighter brown and to add another layer of smoke. So after I packed on and put down the pigment, now I'm wiping off my brush and I'm just going to go ahead and blend it out to make it look nice and smoky and then wing it out as well. So I'm pretty happy with the amount of smoke we have going on. I'm going to go in with some black eyeliner or black eyeshadow now. So I'm using the black eyeshadow from the ColourPop palette because the Too Faced palette does not have black. It has, the darkest shade is a dark brown. So I'm just going to go in with an angled brush and I'm just going to stamp that and basically use this as eyeliner. Her wing is pretty thick, or her eyeliner is pretty thick, but it does look like it's powder. She probably did use a cream base or like a eyeshadow gel, a black liner base, and then put eyeshadow on top of it, but we are going to keep it simple. And again, I'm just kind of building out that shape before we do any blending. Like I said, I am going to go in on the inner corner now with this black eyeshadow because her eyeliner is on the entire lash line. But I want this part to be as skinny as possible. And then we're just going to stop right there. Now I'm going in with a really light hand just on the edge of that black that we just put down. And I'm just going over it just a little bit in a back and forth motion because I'm just going to smoke it out a little bit and blend it in with that dark brown that we put down previously. And then it looks like the thickest part of this eyeliner is towards the outer corner. So I'm just going to go ahead and thicken this up and darken it up as well. And I want to make sure that we're staying a little bit under that dark brown that we put down so you can actually see it. And I'm pretty happy with this. So I'm going to go back in with another layer with my small tiny shader brush, which is where, here it is. So I'm going to go back in with another layer of this like brown transition shade, and I'm just going to buff out the edges of this black a little bit because I feel like it disappeared. Just want to add this back in here and then also use this to blend the outer edge of this black liner. And the last thing that I'm going to do is take my blending brush and just kind of blend out this area here because I'm seeing that there's a little bit of a harsh line. Just make it nice and blurred, and that is literally it. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up the outer corner with some concealer just to make the wing nice and sharp. For the lower lash line, I'm going to go in with a light-ish eyeliner. This is the BFF gel liner from ColourPop. I really love this shade of brown because it isn't too dark, but it really brings out your eyes. So I'm literally just going to add this to the lower lash line, to just the waterline, and I'm not really going to smoke anything out. I do have mascara on my lower lash line already, and it kind of blurred into my skin, so I'm literally just going to leave that just like that. Make my lashes pop a little bit. And I'm going to go in with some lashes as well, and I'll be right back. This is the final look. I feel like it came out really nice. Pretty similar. I would say that I used a lot more brown than black. I feel like her wing might be just a little bit thicker than mine, but I feel like this is not overpowering my eye at all. Also, I do go for a kind of cluster lash extension, kind of, because I feel like that's kind of what her lashes are giving. And I feel like it pairs really well with the thick eyeliner too. So I feel like it came out really nice. Again, I think that this eyeshadow look would look good on literally anyone. This is the before and the after from far away, and this was actually really easy to do. I just used a couple shades, and you don't even have to be that picky with the shades. You can literally just use like 3 shades because I was just really trying to match the color of the inspiration photo because that's kind of the challenge of this series, but I feel like it came out really nice. So this is a beautiful wearable neutral look. Let me know what you think. I really like it. I feel like Kim Kardashian's under eyes are more smoked out than this too. Can't see it in the inspiration photo, but I really don't like to make my eyes look too heavy either. But this is really nice, and the wing isn't that crazy either. It's just a beautiful contrast, and this is like such an enhancing kind of eyeshadow look. So let me know what you think. If you do want to go for a different lash, I would recommend doing something that flares out at the end because the eyeshadow look in like a wing in general is just going to accentuate and uplift your eyes. So if you want to go for a lash that does, go for it. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I nailed it. Let me know if you're going to try this. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave if you haven't already, and leave a like. It does help me out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!